Now, before I get into this One Piece chapter review this week, I want to mention a couple little things. Of course, this chapter is going to seem dull and boring to a lot of people, but in my opinion, it wasn't dull and boring. You know why I say that? Because Oda put just impressive, epic chapters for the past 2 weeks. So, of course, he can't do something like that every freaking week. So, I want to make sure I tell everyone right now, if you expected something like what happened last week, when more revelations are just going to be freaking epic this week, you have another thing coming. It's just, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about this chapter, saying it was dull, and saying that this chapter sucked, because it wasn't as epic as last chapter. Oda doesn't do that weekly, and that's fine with me. That's what increases the build-up with Oda, the way he can pull out the stops like that, because that's when it gets entertaining. This chapter was mainly meant for setup of Oda setting up all the battles, introducing the armies of Don Flamingo's armies, and what we should expect with all the pair-up and matchups of who is going to fight who. So really, this chapter, my honest opinion, of course, it wasn't as epic as last chapter. I mean, that's common logic. That's going to be hard to freaking top from what has happened the past 2 weeks with Big Mom's introduction, Sabo being alive, just all the revelations that's going on. So, of course, this chapter won't be as good. But this chapter did another thing of introducing some weird new guy, Senor Pink. Okay, what? That is definitely Oda-like. I mean, introducing someone that is like, has all this women around him, and he's like, oh, I don't care and all that, and he's a freaking pervert. And then Frankie's like, hey, you're a pervert! And he's like, look who's talking. I like the comedy. Oda manages to keep some good comedy, and he did a good job of this chapter setting different things up. Robin and Usopp's part in this chapter, I liked their part, but it felt like very fast, so I really didn't get a lot of, I guess, build-up and emotions in the section of that chapter. But you gotta like how Robin's back into her serious mode again. She's not all jokey and like, what? You know, for the past couple chapters, what we saw another couple chapters ago. So really, this chapter was your standard One Piece chapter. Really good. Of course, Oda didn't freaking show Sabo or Big Mom. I mean, of course not. He's going to save that up for some freaking awesome sauce later on in this freaking arc. Now, there's something that's also came to my attention. I don't know if a lot of you know about it or not, but Oda is basically stated that there might not be a new chapter of One Piece until 2014, the first week of 2014, like the 4th. So that's really upsetting if that is true. He's supposedly making a colored actual chapter, so getting to see a kind of partial colored chapter for once of One Piece, that is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what Oda does with that. It's going to be a double chapter feature, as I have come to find out before I put up this review, and really, it's going to be good. I'm fine with it. Oda taking his breaks. I've said it so many times. He needs his breaks. After what he's managed to do these last 2 freaking chapters, he deserves a break. He deserves a Christmas vacation because he is a great freaking manga writer, artist, great storyteller, and he is definitely a groundbreaking story writer that I love tuning into each week to read whatever he's wrote. And so, getting to see him take his, like, holiday break, that is fine with me. I'm fine with that. If he does take it, yes, I'll be upset, because I won't get to see what's going to happen in One Piece. But Oda is human, and he has earned himself some rest time out of all the hard work he puts into this series and talks with all his fans. So really, I'm fine with that. This is all news for all of you if you didn't know about that. This chapter was good in my honest opinion. It wasn't the best, but it still was a good chapter of this arc. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this chapter of One Piece. Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you think it was dull? Did you actually think it was really good compared to, you know, the other couple chapters back? I mean, we all know for a fact this chapter is not going to be that freaking epic if you look back at the past couple chapters. But this chapter was good. Tell me what you think. You all be safe. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Chibi out.